When I think back to the build-up to the last time Conor McGregor fought Donald Cerrone, it kind of felt like that one crept up on us. No heavily publicized beef or out-of-the-cage antics surrounding the contest. The event just kind of quietly approached the same as any other, and the next thing we knew it was fight week. Granted, it's still a couple of weeks away now, but I'm getting that feeling again for the rematch with Dustin Poirier at UFC 257. I'm really excited for the fact that UFC 257 is happening in the UAE because I truly believe that Fight Island is going to bring out the absolute best in Conor McGregor. It's hard to imagine now, but McGregor didn't enter the UFC as a superstar. If I recall correctly, he entered that fight just weeks removed from filing for social assistance from the government. Back then, during his public appearances, his charisma was still off the charts, but what I always found most impressive about him, outside of the cage performances aside, was how thoughtful he was in the things he said. In the press conferences back in the early days, he would legitimately be hilarious and witty, but at the same time he would sprinkle in articulate technique talk into what he was saying. He would bring up very specific holes in his opponent's game, no doubt getting into the heads of his competitors, all while really leaving the audience with something to think about. In a television appearance in the build-up for the fight with Chad Mendes, I always remembered how hilarious he was with some of the zingers he got off, but amidst the hilarity, I remember Conor saying that all Mendes did in the striking realm is throw overhand rights while looking at the floor, completely dismissing him as a threat, ridiculing Mendes' striking. It's a single example, but it's something that always stuck out to me, and I felt like gave the audience just a glimpse into McGregor's fight IQ. But over the years, the promotional genius evolved, and with that, the persona and popularity grew to unimaginable proportions. McGregor the showman, coupled with the in-cage performances, propelled him to become the most popular athlete on the planet. Something that's been an incredible ride to be on, a ride that's brought incredible entertainment to the masses. McGregor the showman created some of the most memorable moments in the game. But my issue with that larger-than-life persona is that it completely overshadows the core of what McGregor is, which is one of the greatest mixed martial artists on the planet. It's like McGregor the MMA fighter is only secondary to McGregor the showman, when it's his MMA skills that give the immense value to him as a showman to begin with. There's no doubt that the fan interaction with the open workouts, media day, the press conferences, and the ceremonial weigh-ins at Fight Week provide McGregor with a major boost. Being able to have such a large audience like that in the palm of your hands must be absolutely electrifying, and their absence is most certainly going to be felt at this event. But there is something very cool about a lot of the pageantry being stripped from this event and it being presented in its rawest form. I feel like McGregor fighting under these circumstances is a very good thing for him. I have hopes that under these circumstances, without the need of having to be on for all these media appearances, that it's going to give the McGregor and the UFC an opportunity to highlight McGregor, the mixed martial artist, more than McGregor, the superstar. Even as someone who is a really big fan of Muay Thai, kickboxing, and striking overall, and someone who thinks very highly of McGregor as a striker, I always felt like his best quality as a fighter was how composed he is from the first second the fight starts. In all the big moments in MMA we've seen him over the years, with all the build-up and anticipation, every time the ref says go, he walked forward and moved as if though he was beginning a routine sparring session. The more relaxed he looks, the better the performances have been. From looking from afar, when it comes to Fight Island, when it comes to how things are handled logistically on Fight Week, right down to the televised pay-per-view event, it seems to remove a lot of hoopla that demanded so much of the Irishman in the past. Everything about the way Fight Island operates is conducive to seeing McGregor perform as good as he ever has. But don't get me wrong, you'd have to be insane to count out Dustin Poirier in this fight. And just for the record, I'm not even prepared to say that I'm picking McGregor to win at this juncture. I'm just saying I have this gut feeling that having this contest on Fight Island is going to bode very well for McGregor. Without the fans and the media obligations for this event, it'll also provide a rare opportunity for the UFC to showcase McGregor the mixed martial artist, as opposed to McGregor the showman.